Hello, everyone. I'm Wendy Myers of MyersDetox.com. Thanks so much for joining me for the broadcast today. And I have another really fact-filled, interesting broadcast or show for you today. Again, about EMF toxicity. I talked about this last week, but I want to talk about why cities are banning 5G and just alert you to this very, very important health concern because it's really a huge issue. Like, we're going to be talking about why cities around the globe are banning 5G, and which has not been tested for safety by mobile companies, by telecommunications companies. I am also going to be talking about how the rollout of 5G is causing controversy because it uses much higher and stronger frequencies than 4G and involves the installation of considerably more antennae, which just blast us like a jackhammer on our bodies. Those frequencies, they're I think it's about 50 to about 40 times stronger actually than the current 4G systems. When I was in Europe over the summer, everything was 3G in Italy and Greece. So definitely not as harmful to your health than other countries. But in my neighborhood in Huntington Beach, they've rolled out 5G. They've rolled out 5G in a lot of other cities, and it's coming for you. So you need to know what the potential health impacts are. I'm going to also talk about why some people are more sensitive than others to EMF and some of the reasoning behind that, and how the studies show that even if you don't notice the effects, EMFs are definitely impacting your health, and I reveal how. I'm going to talk about how the earth generates healthy EMFs that are drowned out by man-made EMFs and paving and building and concrete, and why we need to get back to nature and do grounding. Our body evolved over millions of years to be grounded by the earth. It's one of the ways our body works. And if something's interfering in that, your body is not going to work as well. I'll also talk about my top EMF protection recommendations and what I do to protect my health and my family's health. And also how detox can provide some protection against EMF, because heavy metals actually attract more EMF to your body, which is really interesting. So I'll touch on that. And so any of you guys, if you have any questions whatsoever, please leave a comment, and I'm going to answer all of your questions after I'm done educating you guys about this. So let's talk about why cities around the globe are banning 5G, which has not been tested for safety by telecommunications companies. And this is, let's start with the Bay Area. The Bay Area, maybe the center of the global technology industry, but that hasn't stopped one wealthy enclave from protecting itself from the future. There's a city council of Mill Valley, and it's a small town located just a few miles north of San Francisco. And they voted unanimously late last week to effectively block deployments of small cell 5G wireless towers in the city's residential areas, because there's a lot of cancer concerns over 5G and the fact that they have to put these antennae every 50 feet. I mean, it's like every single home is going to have a cell phone tower in front of it when this is rolled out. I mean, it's just crazy. That's what's required for 5G to work properly. And then there's 5G in space that's coming. 5G is planned with thousands of lower orbiting satellites around proposed public-private partnerships. There's tech giants that have spent millions of dollars lobbying for airwaves. SpaceX will have 12,000 satellites. OneWeb will have over 2,000. And so this is going to create a lot of ionizing radiation that's going to affect us as well. And let's talk about how 5G is a faster version of 4G. So the mobile telecommunications services that allow us to access the internet on our phones use different frequencies. And the faster that information can be downloaded, the happier their customers are. But that takes more power, more frequencies. So 5G uses a higher frequency wireless band, so data can be transferred more quickly. However, it can't reach as far, so it's going to need more antennas closer together, like, so every 2 to 10 homes and neighborhoods, for example. So I was saying like every 50 feet, but that's, about every other home essentially. So again, there's the bottom line. It's going to take a lot of these. There have to be more of them, more closer together than there are currently. And experts cite the demand of cell phone usage that has tripled in the last 3 years. And, so many countries around the world don't have telephone wiring like we do here. They're only using cell phones. And so detractors cite numerous health risks so profound that some European and US cities are banning the introduction of 5G, the most notable being Brussels in Belgium, because 5G exceeds current radiation guidelines there. But, sadly, there's no studies on the effects of 5G on human health before this rollout began. I mean, it's just, hello. So even though it operates at a higher frequency, and in fact, it uses the same frequency, 5G uses the same frequency as a military weapon that produces extreme pain in subjects when the frequency is targeted on a specific point. So frequencies can be used as weapons, and they are used in the military as weapons. And so I'm doing a blog post this week on MyersDetox.com where I cite the research for that thing I just said. So let's talk about a little bit about how some people are more sensitive to others than EMF. So there are studies that show that even if you don't notice the effects, EMFs are definitely impacting your health, and I reveal how exactly. And so there's some people that are not sensitive to EMFs for whatever reason. So these are people that may be less apt to want to do something about EMF protection, or maybe they don't feel the effects, so they don't believe that EMFs are impacting them in any way. But I still beg you, no matter whether you believe you're EMF sensitive or not, just to learn from what I'm saying, they are impacting your health. So it's not uncommon to see or hear about people with more fragile health conditions becoming noticeably sensitive to EMFs. One of the issues is that their immune systems are so dysfunctional and hyper-vigilant that they begin reacting to multiple things, so including foods, chemicals, metals, and EMFs. However, there's others who seem, completely healthy and normal, who start reacting to EMFs so severely that they have to move to a low EMF area in order to recover or to feel better. And naturally, these people, they're continually gaslighted by doctors and the people in their lives, even accused of being conspiracy theorists or hypochondriacs. But a 2017 study showed brain differences in people with EMF sensitivities compared to subjects who showed no symptoms. So these brain changes were similar to what is seen in people impacted by neurotoxic chemicals. And also the vast majority of sufferers are women as well. So we can't see them, we can't smell them, we can't feel them, for not everyone, some people can. So how can EMFs be harmful to us? So although extremely sensitive people can feel EMFs, most don't take the issue seriously because EMFs are invisible. After all, surgeons initially ridiculed the rejected notion that washing their hands could save patients' lives when the germ theory was emerging in the 1800s because they couldn't see germs. So they're there even though you can't see them. So the first thing to understand is that the body is a very electric organism. The heart, the brain, and many cellular and metabolic processes operate through electrical charges. In fact, healthy function of these operations depends on part on natural and healthy EMFs generated by the earth. It's called the Schumann resonance. There's also EMFs generated by the atmosphere and even the sun. And so this is one reason why people feel so much better when they spend time in nature, away from cities and buildings, when they lay on the beach, when they walk barefoot on the ground, when they go swimming in the ocean. Those are those EMFs, those grounding negative ions that are promoting health, promoting their body to work better, to communicate better. However, these natural beneficial EMFs are blocked and drowned out in our modern environment by pavement, by buildings, and by the ever-present bombardment of various types of EMFs. And as a result, our own delicate electrical processes lose their synchronicity with natural EMFs, and instead we become overwhelmed by man-made ones. So that helps to explain that a little bit in a simplistic way. So let's talk about some EMFs toxicity symptoms. So research has linked EMFs with cancer, heart irregularities, just palpitations, sleep difficulties, inflammation, and more, weight issues. And because symptoms can vary from person to person and resemble symptoms of other health disorders, it can be really hard to identify EMF-related toxicity. However, there are a few health disorders that have been absolutely linked to EMFs. So very commonly people experience insomnia, trouble sleeping. They can develop cancer from EMFs, poor childhood development, dysregulated cellular function, poor brain function, male infertility, female infertility, heart stress. And my article I'm publishing this week has all the research to back up all of this. And people who experience these obvious symptoms in the presence of EMF exposure report depression, fatigue, brain fog, poor focus and concentration, dizziness, irritability, anxiety, skin burning and tingling, and appetite loss. So if you're experiencing any of those things, you may be thinking, oh, I'm just having a bad day, or oh, I didn't really sleep that well last night, or oh, you're depressed and you think it's something happening in your life, when it can really be this invisible blanket of EMF toxicity that we are so ever present in our environment today. So I want you to rethink these symptoms. What could possibly be another underlying root cause issue to these symptoms? And so I want to talk about my top EMF protection recommendations and what I do to protect myself and my family. So it's to live and participate in the modern world without exposing yourself to significant amounts of EMF frequencies is really, really important. And it's also difficult. It's inconvenient. So there are some measures you can take to help buffer your body and allow your cells to recover from this exposure. So number one, don't carry your cell phone on your body. Even the package inserts with new cell phones warn you to not carry your phone on your body due to radiation and cancer concerns. So, for the same reason, do not put the phone to your head when you're talking. Use speaker, use EMF-free headphones. So for women, put your cell phone in your purse. For men, maybe have a purse, a man bag, or something that you're putting your cell phone in. If you put it in your pocket, put it on airplane mode, please. So if you don't need your phone, if you don't need to have it on, put it in airplane mode. I think it's also great to just take a little break from all the dinging and the bells and the texts and the things that I really feel like promote anxiety in people. You kind of just need to have your brain rest where you're not constantly being contacted by somebody. So consider moving if you live near power lines or cell towers. I did that. I sold my home and moved, and I'm really glad that I did. And this is hard, but if you're near big power lines, a cell phone tower, a generator station, a radio station, electric train tracks also, you may want to move. Also check if your home has a smart meter and consider shielding it. There's lots of great little shields that you can put around your smart meter to block that signal that can be being sent even 25 miles out from your smart meter. It's not doing your brain or your body any favors to ease the workload of your electric company to check how much energy you're using. So some apartment complexes put all the smart meters outside one apartment's wall. So if that wall is yours, time to break the lease and move. So let's talk about reducing EMF exposure in your home. So consider working on your computer wired versus on the Wi-Fi. Just plug it into your router and turn off the Wi-Fi. Turn off your router at night, put it on a timer, or you can get a router that automatically turns off when you turn off your computer or close it at night. That works too. And don't sleep near the circuit breaker or large appliances also. And consider purchasing various protection devices to shield you from EMF. I've got a little device underneath my computer that absorbs the computer radiation. I've got a little sticker on my phone, and there's just lots of little devices that I use. I also have this little Somavedic. It's like a little uranium glass doohickey, and that absorbs EMF or blocks it. Lots and lots of great products on the market to protect your environment, or even just your immediate environment from EMFs is great. I have all this stuff at store.myersdetox.com. There's a whole section for EMF protection devices, because this is super important. Also, just if you're trying to achieve anything in your health, you're trying to feel better, you're trying to detox, you're trying to relieve whatever symptom you're having, you have to start with the basics. You have to ground your body, protect it from EMF. That corrects a lot of downstream issues. So you want to start at the most obvious source of problems with your body communicating and resolve those, getting rid of the roadblocks to your body communicating and operating properly. And that means blocking EMFs. So you also want to schedule some EMF-free time on your calendar. So I've been doing this. I've been going on vacations where I'm in nature, where I'm, committing to swimming in the ocean every day, where I'm not working, because I'm a workaholic. I love my clients. I love my work. I love my phone. I love being in touch, because I work at home. So that's how I kind of staying in touch with the world. And, a lot of us are workaholics and just are kind of glued to our computer all day at work, and then social media at night, or watching television, and we need to disconnect. And I think a lot of times when people feel like they don't have stressful jobs, their body and brain is stressed by constantly looking at this glowing computer and glowing screens. It's very stressful on the body, even though you technically feel like you have not a very stressful lifestyle. So I want you to choose some time on a regular basis where you unplug, you go off grid, no phones, no computers, no Bluetooth. And for optimal results, get into nature where there's no cell phone service. And wow, you sleep so good when you're in an area where there's limited cell phone service. Also, you want to ground yourself in nature. You also need to schedule regular time to get in the outdoors in order to help your body detox from EMFs. Get into an area with no cell phone service, spend some time walking with bare feet, and go with someone whose company you enjoy. Also really important. I did that this morning. I went for a walk in this little kind of nature area. They have a few different ponds. It's like a little bird reserve where I love to go walking. They have some stairs where I can do a little stairmaster action and just look at all the animals. And I really, really love it. That's my time I take out to, deplug or unplug from work and get some sun and exercise and circulation and fresh air. It's great. So studies show that time in nature and healthy socialization are super important for your health. You know that. You also want to wear a personal EMF protector. So I recommend my Pure Harmony pendant. So this is an amazing device. This is it right here. I love this thing so much. I'm not wearing it right now because I'm wearing the new version of the Pure Harmony pendant. I forgot to just put this one on, but this is the one we have available right now. And this is something that you can wear, and it will protect your body's energy field from EMF. And readings with an EMF meter show that you can wear this pendant and it protects us from EMF. The EMF like meters reading is 0 when you are wearing this pendant. It's really interesting. And so this is the case at a recent Paleo Effects conference that I went to, where people were wearing the Pure Harmony pendant. They tested low on the EMF gauge compared to those who weren't wearing the pendant. I did an interview with James Gorn about this, who discovered this phenomenon, because the pendant has a lot of other benefits. I won't go into that right now, but lots and lots and lots of benefits. And there's so many people that are using this. Dave Asprey wears this. We have my friend Sterling Hill, who owns mthfrsupport.com. Elle McPherson, who was a supermodel in the 90s, is wearing this. Andrew Wakefield also is wearing the pendant as well. Lots and lots and lots of people are wearing this and discovering all the benefits. There's lots of professional athletes, UFC fighters. I mean, there's lots and lots of people like professional water skiers, Todd Shipman. There's just many, many people, too many to list. We have lots of testimonials on this link that I'll send you here in a second, but lots of people wearing this for many different reasons. But one of the benefits of it is EMF protection. And so it was originally designed to harmonize the body's own electrical frequencies and energetic pathways. So it basically corrects your body's vibrational blueprint. And it works so well that, like I mentioned, it's worn by professional athletes. And I've been wearing this for about 2 years now, because I met the developer of this, Robert Marking, at a Ness Health conference. It was a bioenergetic training. It's another program that we offer. And it just turns out one of the pendant's unique properties is it converts harmful man-made EMFs that come into the body's field into gentler, more harmonious frequencies. So it kind of transmutes that energy and turns it into something that's not harmful. So that's kind of how it works. And it sounds really weird, but we have a lot of testimonials from people. Thousands of people are wearing this pendant for a reason. So this is one of the things I recommend to people. So there's more information, a video on this page that I'm going to put a link to right now. So I'll leave this comment so you guys can check it out. And I'll just copy and paste this right here. So just check out that link. We just recently had a sale for Labor Day where these were 50% off. So right now they're normally $150 or $75 if you guys want to try one. I just want as many people as possible trying it. And when you get one, it comes in a little package and there's directions. There's a link you click on to activate your pendant. You can't just put it on your neck and you're good to go. You have to activate it to your body's energy field. And coming up, we don't have this yet, but this is the new one that I'm wearing. It's obviously kind of a more feminine design. It's smaller, and we'll have this in about 6 weeks. So we'll definitely, anyone who buys a pendant right now will have a very, very special offer if you want to get a new one. It will have a very, very low price to anyone who's purchased one before, so you guys can enjoy the new design, which is a lot smaller. You can see it's much smaller than this, the current pendant right there. We're also going to make a design of this. We're going to make a smaller dog tag one, because we know guys like this, and some women. I like the dog tag. It looks pretty cool. But some people, it's a little bit too big for them, and we're going to make it a little smaller and more fashionable. So I'm going to go to your questions right now that I have kind of educated you about some of the dangers of EMF. So first question here, Sandy Jones. So great to hear about 5G. Yeah, it's a huge concern. I have 5G rolled out in Huntington Beach right now where I live. And I saw it as soon as I came back, or actually before I went to Europe, I came I came home from Hawaii. Actually, I was on a vacation in Hawaii visiting a friend and taking my daughter there. And I showed up from the airport and I turned on my phone. I was like, oh, we have 5G. Great. It's just a great way to come home when I'm in Hawaii and I'm, trying to ground and go swimming in the ocean and go hiking in nature. And the cell phone's the service is really spotty there. I was really happy because I want to just give my body a break from that stressor. And here I come home to being completely enveloped in 5G. But I had peace of mind because I had my pendant. And so I know that I'm protected from the 5G, but it's still, I worry about all the other people who aren't paying attention to 5G, who are not aware of it, or who are just haven't done anything about it yet, or haven't really done that homework yet, where you need to do something to protect yourself, but you just don't have the time to delve into all this research and what's the best product and what is BS and what works and what doesn't. And, that was me kind of in the state of inaction a few years ago, where I know that I needed to do something. I know that even if I turned off my wireless router, I was surrounded by 30 other wireless routers who were not turning it off at night. I knew I had these electrical wires in my backyard. I knew my old house probably had dirty electricity leaching out of the walls and all these just all these different sources of EMF and all the great number of cell phone towers that I had in my area. And the fact that I allowed a smart meter to be installed in my home before I even was aware that could be a potential health threat. I just felt really overwhelmed by it. And I felt, to a large degree, a lot of my fatigue and brain fog and just not feeling well were due to EMF. And so I just really started learning more and more about this. And I feel fatefully met Robert Marking, who developed the Pure Harmony pendant. And I sat right down next to him at a Nest Health training. I didn't know who he was. He was actually there to meet me because he wanted help. He wanted me to help spread the word about this pendant. And he harmonized me with the pendant, where you do this like little activation process, or we call it the harmonization process, where it kind of tunes to your body's energy field. And I felt unbelievable. I felt better than I had felt in years. And I almost felt like I was high for 3 or 4 days, the whole time I was at this conference, this training. And other people were there, like Nick Pinot was there, who's a big EMF advocate. Joe Mercola was there, his personal physician, Dr. Lee Cowden. There was another doctor who's a big plastic surgeon who was at this Nest Health training. And there were about 80 people that Robert ended up giving pendants to and activating them, harmonizing them. And the people, people were, of course, were first like, whatever, I'll try it because everyone else is trying it. And, people are naturally skeptical. I was skeptical. I was like, okay, whatever, just try it. And, you can't, nothing to lose. And I was just really shocked. I was really taken aback because I'm very scientific minded. I'm very much, we need to have a gold study, the gold standard, the double blind studies for me to really buy into something. And I really feel like learning about Nest Health, learning about bioenergetics, learning about frequencies and energy medicine, and how very much our health is dependent upon communicating bioenergetically. And this is proven in science. This is not woo-woo stuff. This is proven. And our bodies work primarily, our communication method is bioenergetic. It's in an energy field. And EMF impacts that. It dramatically impacts our body's ability to communicate. That's one of the reasons it causes cancer. We know in the research EMF causes cancer. Why does it do that? Because it causes energetic blocks in our meridians, in our chakras. It interferes in our body sending communicative messages, information, healing messages, and operating instructions to different parts of our body. And then our body systems break down, and then cells can mutate, and then the immune system is not alerted to that, or the mutated cell is able to hide from the immune system. I mean, there's just a lot of different mechanisms by which this happens and people develop cancers. But EMF causes cancer because it blocks communication in our body. And so I was just really taken aback by my experience with the pendant, and how unbelievable I felt after I had this pendant activated. And I just felt compelled to really spread the word about this pendant. And it seems like it's too good to be true, but I assure you it does work. We have so many different testimonials from people from all walks of life, health celebrities, medical doctors, professional athletes, and all these people that genuinely feel like the pendant has dramatically helped them. And we also have, there's a study that I'll be publishing soon. We just has to get written up, but we have a medical doctor, Dr. Kelly Miller, and I'm sorry, he's not a medical doctor. He's a doctor of chiropractic. He did a study. It was about a 6-week study with 33 patients, and they got harmonized once a week for 6 weeks, and 85% of them had a reduction in stress, evidenced by an improvement in their heart rate variability. And so this is maintained over that 6-week period, you doing this, activation or harmonization process every single week, continuing to tune the pendant to their body's energy field or to their vibrational blueprint, or however you want to call it. And so really compelling evidence there. And we need to use every method we can in our toolbox to reduce stress. Stress is a huge roadblock to healing of any kind, whether you're trying to detox, whether you're trying to sleep better, whether you're trying to improve your libido or your hormone production, or whatever symptom du jour that you are trying to improve. You have to start with the basics, which is reducing your stress level and grounding your body and doing what you can to protect it from EMF so that it can work correctly and it doesn't have this major health concern, sending all these really hard frequencies to your body, interfering in your body's functioning. So back to your questions here. So Lois Pratt is leaving some great links here. MyStreetMyChoice.com. Yes, I like the sound of that. And probably where you can opt out of smart meters or contest your smart meters. And a lot of electric companies are saying, no, you can't contest it. No, you can't change it and go back to manual monitoring, or where the guy came every month to see what your usage was. But you can. I think people have more choice than they think, and you can. I know people that are suing their electric companies over this. Lois also left 5ginformation.net. Thank you so much for those. So Deborah, so with the pendant, how to use at night when you do not want to wear it, like under my pillow, which direction should it face, please? So yeah, so you don't have to wear it at night. I do half and half. Like sometimes I'm wearing it at night. I think when I kind of am concerned about EMF, or I feel like maybe I'm not going to sleep that well, I feel like a little bit charged up, I'll wear my pendant just as some added insurance to protect me from EMF. But you can actually put it under your pillow. It's still going to be near you and near your body field. So what I would do is I would wear it with the URL on the pendant facing down. So you generally want the URL on the pendant facing out. And so the pendants right now have a little issue where the URL on the front wears off. Just the body oils get on it and it just rubs off. So you kind of have to have some marker where you know where the front of the pendant is. And so that would be facing down on the pillow. The new pendant we have just, we have a little design on the front, so you always know where the front is no matter what. And then the back is just clean. So yeah, so if you want to protect from EMF at night, just either wear the pendant or put it underneath your pillow, URL facing down. So Eric, so I want to try one. Yeah, just go to this link I sent here. It says store.myersdetox.com/pages/EMF-toxicity-labor-day-sale. So it's a little kind of leftover from that, but we didn't bother changing the URL, but that's where you go to grab one, 50% off, and use the code EMF50 and you'll get $75 off. So Margaret Zapala, hi Wendy, hi, how are you, Margaret? It's very nice, nice to have you here. Thanks for joining us. This is why we do this late, so people all over the world can join us. So Eric, so I like the dog tag one, and yes, this is the one that's available right now. You know, men are very, very attracted to this one. Looks very cool, and actually comes on a chain like this. It's like a ball chain. So it looks like a dog tag, which I thought it was very cool. It's very hip. I live in Los Angeles, so I loved wearing it, but I switched out mine to have this blue silk cord, which just kind of felt better on my skin. And you can get these at any jewelry shop. Change it to whatever necklace that you like. You can do leather, you can do whatever you like. So Suzanne, so what material is a pure harmony pendant made of? So it's just stainless steel. It's just really not really much to it except for it's stainless steel, but it's really the pattern on this helps to tune your body's frequency so that it's functioning correctly. So it corrects and it harmonizes your body's vibrational blueprint. And if you guys want to learn more about it, there's a podcast I did with Robert Marking where he kind of goes into detail about this. He kind of explains the mechanism by which it works exactly. And he does a better job of explaining that. But that's essentially what it does. And so it's not really what it's made of that does that, but it's the fact that it corrects your body's functioning energetically. And that in and of itself corrects a lot of other issues going on in the body, including protecting yourself from EMF and transmuting that negative frequency to transmuting it to more positive frequencies that don't hurt your body. So Margaret Zapala, so looking forward to a new pendant. My old one lost printing and now I do not know which way to wear it. Yeah, so that's just one issue, which is why we kind of worked on the design a little bit and changed it up a little bit. But you can yourself, when you get a pendant, know that the URL is going to wear off. So you can maybe just make a little mark on it on the front so that you know which way is the front. For mine, I had changed the necklace on it. And so I had this knot where I know that this notch in the front here means it's facing frontward. So I always knew which way was facing front because where this notch was. So that's what I did so that I always knew, because you have like this harmonization process you do, and you have to hold it about a foot from your heart, and you hold it there for about a minute, and that kind of tunes your energy field to the pendant. And so you can't also, because it's tuned to you, you can't let your friend borrow it, or you can't give it away to your child. You need one for every person or animal. I had my dogs both had their own pendants when they were alive, but they died. But they had their own pendant, because I was just so blown away by my own results with it. And my dogs were kind of having some health issues, and I wanted to help them out as much as possible. So they had theirs. So that's one thing that you can do. And so Bonnie Grover, hi Wendy from New York. Thanks for joining us. So thanks so much. And so Deborah, and so while wearing it, it flips around, not facing out. So yeah, the print is starting to wear off. What can be done? So if you have it on the chain and it's flipping, there's things that you can do. You can, like I said, put it on a silk rope cord. You can also get a little connector, like a round connector, so that when you're wearing it, it doesn't flip. The new pendant has that. It has a connector, so it's always facing out. It doesn't flip around. It's not the end of the world if it does flip around, because it's still generally facing out away from your body. So because it's probably flipping back and forth. So it's okay. It's not ideal, but it's probably just fine if it's doing that. But that is one solution. But like I said, we have the new pendant coming out to correct these issues that we, do have with this one, but we'll have this one in about 6 to 8 weeks. So keep your eye out for that. So Michelle, do you have to keep reactivating the pendant? Yes. And the reason is because, so you'll do this when you first get it. You'll go through the activation process. You can check it out at myersdetox.com/activate. And there's a video there and a PDF that shows you how to do that. And so what happens is, you have stressors that hit you that affect your body's energy field. So you have EMF, you eat a food that you're sensitive to, you just don't sleep well, or you just have things you get in a fight, you have a stressor, you get in a fight with your child or your mate or what have you. And so all these things impact you and negatively affect your energy field. So you want to do this process once a week or whenever you don't feel well to reactivate it, to kind of keep your energy field functioning at the highest level possible, the optimum energy blueprint that you can have. And so the pendant is one way that I do that. I also work through energy with my Health device, which is part of our Nest Health program. That's a way to kind of really pinpoint exactly what's going on in your body, clear energetic blocks that you have, work on emotional trauma, and do all kinds of things like that, and work on EMF. This is a scan that tells you exactly what type of EMF you're sensitive to. Some people are sensitive to their cell phones, some radio frequencies, some are sensitive to their computer. So this Nest Health scan you do will tell you exactly what types of EMF you're sensitive to, which is interesting. And it helps to correct your body's polarity, correct your body's energetic functioning also. So these are a couple different systems that I use, but the pendant is like a really basic, easy thing to do. And it's something also that you wear no matter where you go. So even if your home is a little sanctuary and a cocoon to protect yourself from EMF, you got all the little doohickeys and you got the wireless turned off and you're hardwired and doing all this stuff. What happens when you go to the store? You drop your daughter off at school or you go into your office environment. This protects you everywhere that you go. So you have peace of mind. So that's why I like it. But I use this other system, the Nest Health system and the My Health, for other reasons. So that's a whole nother enchilada. So, Suzanne, I understand that, but aren't wearing metal is a problem for many of us. So stainless steel is one of those metals where we don't have a lot of like leaching into our tissues. It's fairly stable. I mean, stainless steel pans, stainless steel cookware is the number one cookware that I recommend for cooking because it's going to leach the least amount of toxins into your food. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of different types of jewelry that's problematic for people. But I feel like this is like the least problematic. The stainless steel is not an issue for most people. There's always going to be someone that's going to have a problem with it, but they can just wear it in their pocket, or they can put it on a keychain and wear it on their belt loop, or put it in their purse if you don't like it against your skin. And next question. So Dory Panagas. So is that device available in your store also? Yes. So this is in my store at store.myersdetox.com. And you can just search for pendant or pure harmony pendant. But this link I gave you right here is a link to go to a page where you can get $75 off. So whether it's on this page or whether it's in my store, put an EMF 50 and you'll get 50% off the pendant. So that's a smoking deal that we've never done before. So just want to give you guys that opportunity to get one if you've been thinking about it, but been kind of on the fence because of cost. So I think that answers everyone's questions. So no on the monitor device. So sorry, I don't know what that means exactly. But yeah, so thanks so much for tuning in today. My name is Wendy Myers of myersdetox.com. And I do these Facebook Lives every Tuesday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. So thanks for tuning in. This will also be on my YouTube channel. So if you missed any part of this broadcast, it will start over if you go on my Facebook page, facebook.com/MyersDetox, MYERS, and it will start over from the beginning. And this will also go on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Wendy Meyer. So thanks so much for tuning in. So appreciate you tuning in every week. One question, what about pets? So I have a Great Dane and we go out for walks. So yes, you can use one for your pet. I had one for my dogs. I had one for each of my dogs, so no problem whatsoever. One of the easiest ways to work bioenergetically with pets. And so thanks so much for tuning in, and I will talk to you guys next week.